Hello and welcome back to Redirecting. Many of you have reached out and asked me to talk about the subject of blackfishing. Okay, I'm going to talk about it, but I also want to talk about the subject of bleaching because in my opinion they are the same thing. The blackfishing is where white women are pretending to be black on social media so that they can look like exotic black women, right? But bleaching is where you have black women actually doing permanent damage to their skin, bleaching their skin so that they can look like white women. And don't think that they stop at just the bleaching. They also put on the straight hair weaves, or in some cases they're putting on blonde weave in order to look like white women. They're even putting in blue contacts. So you have what I see is two cultures, black and white, trying to swap cultures. Okay, culture swapping. And it is a big thing. Now, what the white women are doing, most of them, is not permanent. Black women are actually destroying their own skin and insides and hair and all of this to look like white women. Okay? But these white women, they're simply playing a game. Oh, I'm going to put some cream or some type of something on my skin to make myself look black. Believe it or not, they know and understand that melanin is something that is very rich. They know this. Of course, many of them, because they hate us, they will say that we look like SHIT skin. They call us all kinds of things. And they say that we're unattractive because we have melanin. But then they go and do this because they know that it is something about that beautiful brown caramel tone that is envied. It is. It is what it is, family. It is envied. And the darker you are, the more protected you are with that melanin. And so everyone, they want the protection and the look of so-called black people without actually being black. So you have these women playing these games and they're getting black men all interested. Black men look at this and say, oh, she's fine. But then you see a real black woman looking like this. You call her something else, right? And so this is why black women, not making excuses for them, but this is why a lot of black women actually try to look white so that they can get the attention of our brothers. A lot of you brothers, you take offense when I say that because you say, well, I don't want our women doing that. It may not be you, but there are cases in which I've talked about this before where a lot of black women were told by their husbands to do this. Remember, I believe it was Lil' Kim. She said that her man was going after white or lighter skinned women. So this is one of the reasons why she started to transition. And of course, her story was a lot sadder than what I just said. I just gave you the basics of the story. But there were cases where I saw as well, I forget what talk show it was, but there was a husband who was actually very disappointed when he came and saw that his wife was going natural and took the weave off. He was upset at her. He wanted her to keep the weave on. And it really deeply saddened her when he responded in that way because she's like, this is me. This is the natural me. And you want me to keep the weave, but I don't want it anymore. And so for you brothers who say, well, you prefer natural women, I'm talking to those who don't. I'm obviously not talking to the ones who prefer natural women, okay? We talk about these things because it's very important because there's a lot of self-hatred. Some of our men do prefer the Beckys or the look of the Beckys, okay? Some of our men prefer black women, but with the look of Becky. So there's a number of different things going on here. But with these white women, they're just playing a game because black men like them either way. Some black men. Let me say some because some of you just don't like it. When I say that, I know that not all of our people think this way and are this way. But a lot of our brothers, they like Becky, whether she's Becky, overweight Becky, skinny Becky, old Becky, young Becky, or whether she is dressing, blackfishing, trying to look like a black woman. They like her either way. And so with those brothers, it's nothing you can do with them, right? So we are talking about these issues because they are becoming a problem. They are creating serious issues, especially among Black relationships, because we have enough that is coming against us in our relationships that we have with each other. And for these Black women to just play games and say, I'm going to look like this, like an exotic Black woman, and this is going to get their attention. This is going to get the men's, and it does. It's unfortunate, but it does. Some time ago, I said I was going to talk about blurring the lines of race and the problems that it has caused. I'm not going to talk about it in this video. It's something I actually meant to talk about a few weeks ago, but I hadn't gotten around to it, so I probably will. But just to touch on it a little bit, there becomes a problem when you blur racial lines because people don't know who you are. They say that these women are racially ambiguous. In my opinion, there is no such thing if you understand how race mixing goes, right? Because of the one drop rule, we are calling people who look literally white Black because of the one drop rule. So I'm not going to get into that right now. I'll talk about it at a later time. But I just wanted to hit on this subject of blackfishing because it is yet one more thing that is just interrupting It's just one more thing that interrupts who we are as a people. Okay, sorry for that little delay there. But one more thing I wanted to say was this. I want you all to understand that while we're pointing out what they are doing, we need to stop it too with the bleaching, because that bleaching is destroying your skin, your insides, is giving you other issues, other health issues. It's not worth it. Be who you are. A lot of these people who change themselves and bleach their skin, they start to look sick and dead afterward. They look so much more beautiful when they have the melanin, and I don't know what it is in them to make them think that they look better when they strip themselves of melanin. What is it that makes you think that's better? Very confusing indeed. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on blackfishing. Shalom, family. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.